Day 70 of the Ukraine-Russia conflict, and Ukraine has unleashed its killer drones in the skies, and these are drones with the difference. There's a new video which has been uploaded by Ukraine's Interior Ministry, by the minister himself. It shows relatively smaller drones being used to target the Russian armed forces, especially their military convoys, and these drones are capable of hitting targets, as you will see in these images, with pinpoint accuracy. Take a look.
For over 2 months now, drones have done untold damage in the Russia-Ukraine battlefield. From smashing tanks, to destroying artillery, to even bombing patrol boats on the Black Sea. Drones armed with laser-guided missiles and suicide drones, where the drone itself is the missile, have defined a high-technology battlefield where few targets are beyond reach. And now, a newly revealed chapter of this escalating drone war in Ukraine. What you're about to watch is a piece of footage capturing the use of small drones and applied to cause devastating pinpointed damage. Watch now closely as this drone quietly films from the air as a group of Russian troops mobilize on an unspecified dirt road in Ukraine. Swooping up over them, the drone quietly drops an improvised grenade on the unsuspecting troops, injuring some and sending the rest running. In an eerie moment, the drone stops and zooms in on the injured soldiers. The drone lies in wait and then slowly moves to observe the Russian troops, including one of the injured men, getting into a pickup truck. With the target just sitting there, the drone then deploys a second grenade, sending it straight down through the sunroof of the vehicle. A precision strike smashing into the truck and exploding, sending the vehicle careening, the injuries to the men captured in zoom mode. What you've just witnessed is footage tweeted out by Ukraine's Interior Affairs Minister of what is possibly the lowest cost airstrike in existence. A method that's been used in the past by ISIS in Iraq and Syria, a method that's being tested by US Marines, and now using a definite degree of hardware improvisation deployed to devastating micro effect by Ukraine against Russian troops. What Ukraine has demonstrated is the use of drones across the damage spectrum over 2 months. From the use of drones to distract and then facilitate the sinking of Russia's biggest ship in the Black Sea, to the bombing of fast-moving boats, to devastating tanks and armor, to now even picking out individual groups of troops. The gap for escape is rapidly closing and at nearly no cost. Bureau Report, India Today.
And I want to bring in India Today's editor defense Abhishek Bhalla for more on this. Abhishek, these drones, first in the Azerbaijan-Armenia war, a major game changer for Azerbaijan, and now in the Ukraine-Russia war, truly a game changer, a brahmastra of sorts for Ukraine. Russia has nothing to counter these weapons on ground, it seems.
Well, Gaurav, this is just a glimpse of where this war is headed now, because, until now, Ukraine had used some very sophisticated drones, but the latest video, it seems that these are basic elementary drones that can be picked up from anywhere, and these are suicide drones, where, the drone itself can go and bomb any target that they fix onto, and, especially in the eastern part where the war is really fierce, the terrain is such, those are vast tract lands, flat lands, and that's where the Russian mobilization is happening in a big manner. And if these drones are going to be used there, then obviously it can cause a lot of damage to the Russian forces. We've already seen how these drones were effectively used. Those were sophisticated drones were used against Russian armor. That's when you were here as well. And if Ukraine is going to continue with this tactic, and if they are going to be supplied with more drones from their Western partners, then it's going to be a very, very lethal, potent weapon for the Ukrainian forces against the advancement of the Russian forces.
And look at the number of drones that they're operating now. So they have the Bayraktars, the Turkish drones, they have the Switchblades, they have commercially available drones that they're rigging to either be kamikaze drones or just drop grenades on troop convoys. This will actually cause havoc as far as the Russian advance is concerned, Abhishek.
Definitely, Gaurav, and you know that is a matter of big concern for the Russian forces, because they are still trying to make an advancement in the entire Donbas region. There has been a fierce battle raging, especially in the Donbas region. I was at the border of the Donbas region a couple of days back, entire Kharkiv region. That's where the Russians are trying to cut off the supply lines for the Ukrainian forces that are still holding on to their positions in some of the key locations in the Donbas region. And if they are not successful in cutting off these supply lines, then the Ukrainian forces on the ground, backed by such drones, can be a very stiff target for the Russians as well.